Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most anticipated films of the year, Joker: Folie, the sequel to Todd Phillips' groundbreaking 2019 film. Now, before we get into this, I've got to warn you, this review is packed with spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, hit that pause button, check it out, and come right back because we're about to break this film down in full. The first Joker film took us by surprise. It wasn't just another comic book adaptation. It was a gritty, raw character study, diving into the fractured mind of Arthur Fleck, brilliantly portrayed by Joaquin Phoenix. With Joker: Folie, we revisit that chaotic world. But this time, it's layered with musical elements, a psychological bond between two deeply troubled individuals, and a heightened sense of surrealism. The title Folie translates to madness shared by two, and that's exactly what this film delivers. But this isn't your typical Joker Harley Quinn love story from the comics. In this version, Harley Quinn, played by Lady Gaga, is not just Arthur's lover. She's his mirror, his partner in crime, and his equal in chaos. Now, let's talk about performances, starting with Joaquin Phoenix. We already knew he set the bar high in the first film, but here, he takes Arthur Fleck to an even more vulnerable and unstable place. You feel every ounce of his madness, from the unsettling laughter to his internal pain. Phoenix continues to embody Joker with a terrifying authenticity. But then, there's Lady Gaga, and wow, she brings something entirely fresh to Harley Quinn. She's not a carbon copy of Margot Robbie's Harley from Suicide Squad. Gaga's version is more subdued, but equally unhinged. Her portrayal is haunting, tragic, and at times, eerily seductive. You can see why Arthur falls for her, but at the same time, their relationship feels like a ticking time bomb. The chemistry between Phoenix and Gaga is electric. Every scene they share is filled with tension, and their descent into madness is both disturbing and mesmerizing. Gaga's musical background shines here too. In the film's musical sequences, yes, there are quite a few, are as unnerving as they are beautiful. Let's dive into the storyline, which picks up shortly after the events of the first film. Arthur is locked away in Arkham Asylum, but the chaos he unleashed on Gotham is still reverberating through the city. Harley, who starts as a psychiatrist, slowly becomes enchanted by Arthur's madness, and that's where the Folie comes in. But what makes this story work isn't just the Joker and Harley dynamic, it's how Todd Phillips explores the themes of mental illness, isolation, and societal breakdown. Arthur's world is a twisted reflection of ours. The film forces us to question, where does individual responsibility end? And where does society's role in creating these monsters begin? The political commentary from the first film continues here. Gotham is a city on the verge of collapse, with inequality and corruption at the heart of it all. But now, it's not just about Arthur. Harley's journey from a professional psychologist to a figure consumed by love and madness adds a new layer of tragedy. It's a stark reminder of how easily the line between sanity and insanity can blur when love and obsession take over. Now, let's talk about one of the most unique aspects of this film, the musical sequences. When I first heard this was going to be a musical, I wasn't sure how it would play out. But Todd Phillips and composer Hildur Guðnadóttir created something really special here. The songs are haunting, blending in perfectly with the eerie atmosphere. These aren't just random breaks into song, they serve to explore the internal psyche of the characters. It's almost as if the music is the language of their madness, their way of communicating the chaos inside their minds. Gaga, of course, nails the vocal performances, but even Phoenix's raw, emotional delivery during these sequences is something to behold. Cinematography, too, is top-notch. The film's visual style is both grounded in gritty realism and dreamlike surrealism, reflecting the fractured minds of the characters. Gotham is still as grimy and oppressive as ever, but there's also a heightened sense of absurdity this time around. And that absurdity only gets more intense as the film progresses. Now, about that ending, without giving too much away, I'll say this: it's ambiguous, it's shocking, and it leaves you questioning what was real and what was just in the characters' heads. It's very much in line with the themes of shared delusion. It's also a reminder that Joker's story is never linear, it's chaotic, just like the character himself. There are moments where you can't help but feel sympathy for Arthur and Harley, but at the same time, their actions are monstrous. The film doesn't shy away from showing the consequences of their madness. It's a fascinating, uncomfortable dance between empathy and horror. So, is Joker: Folie a worthy follow-up? Absolutely. It's bold, unsettling, and at times, beautiful in its madness. Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga give some of the best performances of their careers, and Todd Phillips continues to push boundaries, blending genres, and challenging our perceptions of these iconic characters. If you're looking for a straightforward comic book movie, this isn't it. But if you're ready to dive deep into the twisted psyches of Joker and Harley, this film will leave you thinking long after the credits roll. That's it for today's review. I want to hear from you. What did you think of Joker Folie Deux? Did the musical element surprise you? How did you feel about the ending? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.